welcome to ABTKids Daily. Today is Teaching Artist Tuesday. My name is Sarah Jones, and I'm a faculty member at the ABT William J. Gillespie School at Segerstrom Center for the Arts. So that means I'm coming to you from sunny California today. We're going to be discussing Sauté, which is a jumping action in classical ballet. So when you see Sauté spelled S-A-U-T-E-R, that means to jump. That's the verb, sauté. Then if you see it S-A-U-T-E, that's jumped. So that's something that gets paired with another step. For example, échappé sauté. So you can do an échappé, which is done like a relevé, or you can do échappé sauté, adding that to it. Then we're going to talk about the elements to achieve a jump, so how we prepare the body for jumping. And then we're going to talk about some major jumping groups. 2 feet to 2 feet, 1 foot to 2 feet, 1 foot to 1. So there's 1 foot to the opposite foot and 1 foot to the same foot. And then 2 feet to 1. So let's get started. We're going to start by discussing some of the elements necessary to achieve a sauté. While there are many steps in classical ballet that prepare our body for the jump, 3 of the most important are foot progression, demi-plie, and relevé. So in a foot progression, which can be done in parallel or first position, we start facing the bar and we articulate demi-point, full, demi-point, demi. Demi-point, full, demi-point, demi. When I give this step, I also like to have my students skip the first demi-point. So from here, they push directly to full point. So we go full point, stay, demi, down. Full point, stay, demi, down. That action mimics exactly what the feet do in sauté, which is push quickly off the floor, and then control the landing by going through that ball of the foot into the floor. Now, another important step is the demi-plie, of course. So that's where we push off from, the deepest plie we can make while keeping the heels on the floor and keeping the body properly aligned. One thing I like to point out in demi-plie is that you have to imagine your arch is a mouse house. So when you plie, you don't want to squish your mouse house, letting those knees fall forward, those arches pronate, and the baby toes fall off the floor. So we want to press our baby toes into the floor, press our knees over our toes, and maintain our mouse house under our arch, so that then we're properly placed for the push-off in the sauté. Another thing I like to work on a lot before we jump is relevé. So relevé is just like a sauté, except we don't yet leave the floor. So in first position, we can take plie, spring, plie, stretch, plie, spring, plie, stretch, plie, spring, plie, spring, plie, spring, plie, stretch. While there are many other steps in classical ballet that prepare us for the jump, those are 3 of the most important. Now we're going to put some of those steps together in an exercise to prepare our bodies for sauté. First, we'll do foot progressions facing the bar in parallel. Begin with your arms in 5th en bas, lengthened in front of you. Hands to the bar. Demi, full, demi, down, full, down, full, down. Plie, relevé, plie, straighten. Plie, relevé, plie with the left foot. Demi, full, demi, down, full, down, full, down. Plie, relevé, plie, straighten. Plie, relevé, plie, open to first. Demi, full, demi, down, full, down, full, down. Plie, relevé, plie, stretch. Plie, relevé, plie, left foot. Up, going to introduce some jumps that go from 2 feet to 2 feet. We'll start in first position. We'll prepare the hands to the waist, and we'll take 2 counts for our plie, push, stretch, 2 counts for the plie, push, stretch, then 1 count for your plie, jump out to second, back to first, stretch, plie, out to second, back to first, stretch. So this is our petite allegro. Again, down, jump, down, jump, out, in. So this same exercise could also be done in fifth position. So you would take your slow, controlled demi-plie, changement, plie, changement, and then you could jump out to second and change your fifth on the échappé. So the next jump that we discussed was jumps that push from 1 foot but land on 2 feet. This is most commonly in assemblé. So we'll start with the right foot in the back. We'll place our hands on our waist. We'll take plie. You'll brush the back leg out. You'll jump in the air and land on 2 feet. So you're pushing from 1 foot but landing on 2 feet. Fresh, 2 feet. Plie, fresh, jump, 2 feet. Plie, fresh, jump, land on 2 feet. Plie, fresh, jump, land on 2 feet. Finish. Now we're going to discuss jumps that go from 1 foot to 1 foot. So this can be done with 1 foot to the other foot or 1 foot to the same foot. We'll start with the right foot in the back. We'll prepare the hands to the waist. And what we're going to do is brush the back leg like we just did in our assemblé step, but then we're going to land on this leg and pick the other one up to coup de pied derrière. This is called jeté. So we're going to brush that leg and replace, pulling out the other leg. Brush, jeté. Fresh 1 leg to the other leg. Fresh 1 leg to the other leg. Fresh 1 leg to the other leg. Now this step can be done adding a tombe levé. So you're going to brush and you're going to go from 1 leg to the other leg, but then you're going to jump from 1 leg to the same leg. So just adding on to what we just did, we'll add a tombe levé to our jeté. Brush, jeté, tombe levé, tombe levé. Brush, jeté, tombe levé, tombe levé. So you can push from 1 foot to the same foot. And the last type of sauté that we discussed today was a jump that pushes from 2 feet and lands on 1 foot. Most commonly done in the form of a seesaw. So a seesaw is going to push from your 5th position. Both feet are on the floor. Then you're going to jump, but you're only going to land on 1 foot. Now, when we're doing seesaw fermé, which is a seesaw that closes, I like to think of it as being 1.5 feet. So you are truly going to land on 1 foot, but the other foot comes in almost immediately. So for this exercise, start in 5th position with the right foot in the front, and we'll travel towards the front foot. Seesaw, plie, push, seesaw, plie, seesaw, plie, seesaw, finish. Thank you so much for tuning in to Teaching Artists Tuesday as part of ABTkids Daily. I'm Sarah Jones signing off. Hope you loved learning all about sauté today. See you soon.